The man, Bubbles Bronson, has his helmet on today. It was I want to say a rough day yesterday, but Bubbles is ready for all comers today.
Can never be too prepared.
So this morning session, we'll have legend cars. We will begin with the Semi-Pro B. And on the pole is car number 85 from Nashville, Tennessee. It's Bradley Swift. J.C. Fickenshire on the outside, just barely missing the cut. He'll start in second in the Semi-Pro B.
Row 2 out of Johnstown, Colorado. It's the 80 of Peyton Fayen. And from Kendall, Wisconsin, car 11 for Cale Slater.
They spent a bunch of time on this race car last night after a fire in the Semi-Pro A main. The driver from Selwyn, Ontario, it's Dawson Drimmy to the outside. Car number 25 had some bad luck in the B main yesterday. From Morganton, North Carolina, Nate Morris in the 25.
Row number 4 from Clover, South Carolina. It's going to be Dylan Thomas in car 20. And from Prim Springs, Tennessee, the 19 of Maddox Hooper.
Chevy Romney in the 11NY, one of the Riverhead Raceway drivers on the inside of row number 5 to the outside. From Florida, car number 9 is Abby Johnson.
Row 6, Aiden Potter in the 68 from Brentwood, Tennessee. And from Troutman, North Carolina, the 99 of Michael Bradshaw.
Clayton Bohannon to the inside from Indiana to the outside, Zachary Honegger from Tennessee.
Starting 15th from New Lisbon, Wisconsin, Devin Lee in car 69. And from Nova Scotia, the 89 of Emily Chisholm.
Got Jake Baker in the 97 from Minnesota, driving for Great North Legends to the outside, Bradley Weber in the 48.
Starting at the tail from Marshfields, Wisconsin, the 01 of Elliott Whaler.
You're an outside car.
Field will tighten up down the back straightaway. If you're watching us on Facebook, welcome to the live look-in. Head to uslegendcars.tv for all the racing action here this afternoon. We will show you the Semi-Pro B and what our producer has said to us, Austin. If you're interactive on Facebook, if you're hitting that share button, dropping some comments down below, we may show you the Young Lions A-Main. But you got to help us, help everybody else to let us know that we're racing. So hit that share button. Throw some comments down below. Let's be interactive and let's enjoy some great racing here on a beautiful Tuesday morning here at Auburndale Speedway.
Field pacing around now. You see them trying to get a little heat in their tires. You get ready for this 12-lap B main. Looks like we have a couple cars still trying to catch up to the field here. Again, 40 semi-pro in total here on the grounds at Auburndale Speedway, the largest of any division. We took the top 20 from qualifying, went ahead and locked them into the A main. These are the remaining cars from 21st on back in qualifying. And we'll take the top 4 finishers from this one, add them to the back of the A main, and that'll give us 24 cars for the semi-pro main later on this morning.
12 laps, 12 minutes, whatever comes first. These are time limit races. And the field will get ready to go green momentarily. You hear in the background the voice of race director Brad Hockaday as he talks his field through. We are coming to green at this time for the first event of the second day of Winter Nationals. This is the Semi-Pro B main led by Bradley Swift. Here comes the green. We're underway on a Tuesday and they're already 3 wide. Nate Morris has issues. And we are going to go yellow. Yellow flag is out on the speedway. Not the greatest start in the world, but the 25 up front had a little bit of issues, so we'll slow him down and try this one again.
And you see looked like the left front was towed out on that car. He's going to go ahead and head behind the wall here.
Believe they will have 2 laps in the work area to take a look at that. So drivers were warned in the drivers meeting earlier today, Austin, about black flags and penalties. You're not allowed to turn hard right from the racetrack to go into pit road as we take a look at the replay of this restart.
Right there.
That would be why the 25 was slow.
Looked like it was Peyton Fayen in the 80. He had help? Well,
Peyton may have had a little help from Dawson. It was close.
9A, you're getting ready to get a black flag for failure to obey a race leader if you don't get in front of the 99 on the outside row.
There is another penalty that was handed out yesterday. Drivers not listening to the receiver. You don't want to start off your day. You don't want to start off your week on the bad side of Brad Hockaday. So we're looking for the 9A of Abby Johnson to get to the outside. And if she doesn't, she's currently on the inside. And if she doesn't, she probably is going to be shown pit road. 25 has pulled it from the work area. They are done. Want to say hello to Brandon Justice, who is watching from Asheville, North Carolina. Brian Healy is cheering on all the Canadian drivers. Drop us a comment down below. Let us know that you're tuned in. And if you want to see the Young Lions A-Main, we'd love to have you along. But you need to help to be interactive, as the 9 is going to pit road for failure to obey a receiver.
25, you're being black flagged. You left the work area. Did you come back up the hill to the racetrack? You are done, sir. 25, you are done. You left the work area the improper way.
So black flag 25 for not re-entering the racetrack in the improper area and exiting the work area after the work is done. So the 25 will be shown the pits. It's tough, but you have to follow the rules at the end of the day. You wouldn't go the opposite way down the freeway.
Right, and these are rules that are, talked about at the drivers' meeting, and this is why you can't stress enough. You have to be at the drivers' meeting and make sure you know what's going on.
So we are going to try this again. This is a 12-lap B feature. We will take the top 4 and move them directly into the, oh no, Fayen has issues again, and that's going to put Clayton Bohannon in a bad situation. I believe that's the 11 of Slater, Cale Slater, in turn number 4. Got one in behind them. Yellow flag will fly, and it has not been the opening best 0 laps for Fayen in the 80.
Same song, second verse there. Trouble on the restart. Collects a couple cars here.
So we're going to see John Kelly come out and assist in whatever way that he can. We'll take a look at the replay and watch the 80 car inside of row number 2. And, oh, Drimmy tagged it again.
Yep.
I think that's the second time for both of those race cars.
Can't tell if it's a case of the 8. Well, no, it's not, because the 80's not going. They haven't fired yet.
Yeah, the 80, I don't know if the 80 didn't go.
That's a tough one there.
It's a tough call. It's almost like when Peyton gets the hit, they don't go, and they just kind of lock it up and go up the racetrack. But nevertheless, we are under the yellow flag, and that's a hard hit for Bohannon.
It is.
Driver from Indiana. Scott Lynch wants to see the Young Lions. Stephen Parton here in cold Ohio, watching it snow, but rooting for my Joe Ryan race cars teammates. I know Stephen Parton is a dirt guy. We've seen him a couple of years ago down here at Winter Nationals. Perfect opportunity to come back down into the sun and enjoy 5 days of racing. I'm sure Joe Ryan can pull you a race car out of the trailer if you really want to come down. Jennifer Brasfield is cheering on the Nashville, Tennessee drivers. Looking forward to the Nashville Spring Series or Spring Nationals coming up in a couple of months. And Joshua Weatherman is watching. Hi there, Mr. Terry. Big fan here. I don't know who he's a fan of. I think he's a fan of Tony Stevens, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm sure he will tell me. I will be getting a message moment, and you know what? You can't say anything about Tony Stevens. Yeah, good. Okay. Josh Weatherman doesn't want to hear your voice anyway.
Oh, now you're going to get him on the headset. You probably shouldn't have said that.
Hello, world. The sleepy penguin has awoken.
68 up 2 cars.
We will talk about hotel deals later on today.
Well, I mean, you could do that. That would be good.
We could, but there's no graphic on the bottom of the screen. Your graphics guy. Oh wait, you're the graphics guy.
I'm doubling as graphics guy. Yeah, and engineer and lots of things today.
Master or jack of all trades, master of an undefined number.
Yeah, a non-zero number.
Right. Time.
Yeah.
If you don't move this time, you'll be black flags for failure to obey your
all right, we've already got failure to obey a race receiver on the bingo card. We might, if things go well, we might even have a bingo card by the end of the week.
Okay, so by the way, I know what you're busy doing. Other things, we already parked one for failure to obey a race receiver. This would be number 2.
Well, there you go.
And we've completed 0 laps. Want to say hello to...
Sleepy Penguin's going back to his hole downstairs so he can push buttons.
Thought penguins lived in igloos, not holes.
Well, it's cold down there. It is an igloo.
He did get ice, though.
I did get ice.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that the producer last week didn't get us, so thank you.
There you go. I'll go back to my igloo now.
Steve Pickett Jr. says, thanks, Tim. Best of luck, everyone. He's the Maritime League of Legends Tour Rookie of the Year from last season. Oscar Bob cheering on Dawson Drimmy and the drivers from Ontario. Wendell Dempsey's tuned in, cheering on Emily Chisholm in car number 89. You see Emily on your shot there as we look at the 68 of Potter going to the infield. Janet Healy, Pat Healy is watching as well, cheering on all the Canadian drivers. Kelly Carhart is watching, wants to see the Young Lions feature. Steve Parton says he might be able to pull a car out, but it's the driver who might need help to cut it with these asphalt guys. Keep up the hard work. Good luck. We'd love to have you back, and I'm sure when we see the dirt stuff come back up, we'll see Mr. Parton back on the racetrack in the dirt. But we are single file. We are still working the caution. We have one, I believe, Austin, exiting the work area. I see a movement back there. My eyes aren't that good. I see movement. I don't know which way the cars are going back there.
Yeah, from my angle, I see the movement too, but I don't see a car. My view's kind of blocked by some tent or something, people standing there.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity back there. It's the start of it. The field is under the yellow flag. We have our lightsaber here, by the way. We charged the lightsaber overnight, so at least we have it.
There'll be one to go right here. This will be a single file restart. All your restarts will be single file. You can't even get out of turn 4 to get a lap in. It's ridiculous. Quit pushing each other. We're lights out coming to green. All passing must be done to the right prior to the start-finish line. You've officially wasted 8 minutes of your race time because you can't even start a race. Get it together, guys.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. You got to be stern sometimes.
So that is Bradley Swift, J.C. Fickinger, Cale Slater, and Dawson Drimmy, your top 4. We will take the top 4 and move them into the back of the A main for the semi-pros. Green flag flies. We made it to turn number 1. Here comes the 66 to the outside. To the inside goes the, looks like
the 87 there.
Yeah, it might be the 11 of Slater's following through. The 87 of Fickinger looking to the bottom side of the 85 of Swift. Battle in behind for position number 4. That's Dylan Thomas. I was trying to find a number on the black and gray. White number 20 moves into position number 4 as we continue to work around this racetrack.
And Maddox Hooper in the 19 back in the 5th position. First car out right now. We're only taking 4. Now we're side by side for 3rd. The 20 of Dylan Thomas to the inside of Cale Slater. See if Slater can get back to the bottom. He's going to hang strong here on the outside, but Thomas clears him, and that opens the door for Maddox Hooper. Maddox Hooper finished 4th in the B main yesterday, was the final car to transfer, looking to do it here again on this Tuesday race.
Chevy Romney moving up as well in car number 11, needs to find a couple of more positions. Chatted with Chevy earlier this morning, and he was doing not a track walk, but a track drive in a golf cart. He was telling me this place is rough, it's a little abrasive, kind of reminds him of his home track at Riverhead. But they started off good, and they're going backward. So he's trying to change that luck today, but he's got to get a couple of spots, and now he's battling side by side with the 66 of Dawson Drimmy. Look at this mess. Slater up the hill, and around goes the 11. On the top of the second corner, and that will be the yellow.
Yellow, top of 1 and 2.
So yellow flag will fly as the driver in the 11 of Slater goes around, one of the drivers from Wisconsin.
It looked like he got somehow, some way out of the racing groove down there in turns 1 and 2. And
19 in front of
even though this is the first race of the day, we've had a lot of cars on track for practice and qualifying. Had a lot of cars on track for practice and qualifying, so there's a lot of marbles on the track already.
In front of the 66, 11, you are the caution, you're going to the tail. Lights out, coming to green, single file restart, all passing must be done to the right prior to the start finish line. You have 5 laps complete.
So field will realign. We're going to take the top 4, but take a look at a replay.
He's just way up out of the groove already.
Again, yeah, and you mentioned about this racetrack having marbles and all kinds of rubber on it. It hasn't rained here, and I don't want to jinx it, but it hasn't we haven't had a green racetrack since we've been down here either. So field's coming up. Young Lions are up next. If you're on Facebook and you want to see the Young Lions, drop a comment down below. Let's be interactive. Green flag flies, and we are back underway. Top 4 Austin are going to transfer in. Chevy Romney in the 11NY is your first car on the outside looking in, as Fickenshire's looking for one more. He's got that Donnie St. Hours race car tuned up, looking to get by the 85 of Swift.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If you're Fickensure right now, you're in a pretty good spot. You're in second. Obviously the competitor in you wants to win, but is it worth throwing away a spot in the A main?
Drimmy to the bottom side of the 11NY. Romney looking for position number 5. You want to get up to that top 4, and you're outside. You got to go, and you got to go now. Hooper in the 19. In for, though, boy.
Wow.
Slide.
What a save.
And Romney going to go to the bottom side, and the floodgates are open on the bottom of the 19. Romney going to move to position number 4.
Just the fact that he kept that car pointing in the right direction. Unfortunately, it's going to cost him a couple spots here, but I thought he was going for a ride.
And where did Michael Bradshaw come from? Bradshaw is looking for a top 4 effort in this one in car number 99. Top 2 have broken away. Bradley Swift and J.C. Fickensure up in front. This battle in behind is the battle to transfer. It begins with the 11NY. He's on the bubble in position number 4.
Yeah, that's Chevy Romney, and Romney's driving away from Maddox Hooper with just 2 laps to go. There you see Bradshaw in the 99. He peeks to the inside of Hooper. Can't make it happen this time. We're coming back to the white flag, Tim.
Final lap, and the 73s are in yellow.
Oh, boy.
Yellow, turn 2. Yellow, turn 2.
The leader did not get to the stripe prior to taking the white flag according to what we have for scoring, so it should be a 2-lap dash to determine the winner of this.
We also have...
Over. 85, 87, 20, and 11NY, you are transfers. 85, 87, 20, and 11Y, you are transfers.
There it is.
We hit the time limit on this one. It was 12 minutes, 12 laps, and time expired on this.
So that will conclude it, and as Brad said, Bradley Swift, J.C. Fickensure, Dylan Thomas, and Chevy Romney will transfer in. Let's see here. We have Josh Mitchell tuned in. He says these legend cars are fun to watch. Absolutely they are. We are here. If you're in Auburndale or you're in Florida, you're here for Speed Weeks, we're here until Friday. Come on down. We have morning and afternoon shows. Enjoy some time with us at Auburndale. Dave Canyon, is this really live? 8:44 in the morning. It is early on the West Coast. So, yes, it is live. We are in Florida. We are at Auburndale Speedway. Everybody on the U.S. Legend Cars Facebook page wants to see one more. Everybody on the Tim's Corner Motorsports page wants to see one more. We'll take a look at a couple of replays here, and then we'll see if we're showing the Young Lions on Facebook. Let's
roll the racetrack.
Take a look at what we have here. That is the Hooper 19 in behind with Bradshaw. And in behind, there goes that 73 around.
And Bradshaw somehow got turned around on the other end of the racetrack. Oh, he had a little help from Drimmy.
Dawson Drimmy did not have the best of races there. Sometimes you have good days and sometimes you have bad, and here we are, fighting for a B-main spot.
It's been a rough couple of days for Drimmy. That car was up in flames last night.
And we're going to take a look. Well, that was a brief glimpse of the Masters from last night. The Masters are coming up later. By the way, if you're in the pit area, it's time to wake up your Master. Give him a snack. I was over in the Brockhouse pit yesterday with Great North Legends and Redhead Racing, and Greg Earhart had a burger in his hand. So I congratulated Tim Brockhouse on making sure his Master had a snack. We are going to step away for just a few moments. We will be back with you in just a few from Auburndale Speedway.
On this episode of Master-ish Minds, when it's 10 to go and you feel a vibration.
Oh snap, drive shaft, don't go yet.
This has been Master-ish Minds.
Drivers, it's going to be just a few minutes here. I forgot I told you guys I'd take a little bit of a break, so if you need to open your doors and fan yourself, please do so.
On this episode of Master-ish Minds, when it's 10 to go and you feel a vibration.
You talk to your car and you say, let's do it. We can make it. You can make it through this. You didn't make it through whatever other laps we got. We only got 10 to go. Hold on. I'll keep us down on the bottom, keep it smooth.
This has been Master-ish Mines. On this episode of Master...
Welcome back to Auburndale Speedway. The Young Lions are making their way onto the racetrack. We're going to give the semi-pros a couple of extra moments to turn those 4 cars around, go through tech, go back to their pits, and then get ready for their lineup. So a couple of moments of an intermission or a break here to turn these cars around, Austin.
Yeah, and they'll give them time to get these Young Lions lined up as well for their feature. That'll be happening in a couple minutes. Young Lions put on a good show yesterday afternoon. I would say probably one of the better races of the Monday portion of INEX Winter Nationals.
So we see the great talent that we have here throughout, and it's the young talent. We see the Masters. We see the Pro Division. Kyle Busch, by the way, is racing here this week. So if you don't have your subscription to USLegendCars.tv, the Pro Division's coming up later. You're going to want to see that. We are going to step away one more time. If you're watching us on our Facebook look-in, keep those comments and those shares coming. And we may show you what is about to happen on the racetrack, that Young Lions feature. It's coming up next here from Auburndale Speedway.
If we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land, we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look. The sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David, they add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. We must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. It is a weapon that we as Americans do have.
Ready, aim, fire! Ready, aim, fire! Ready, aim, fire!
Peace is the highest aspiration of the American people. We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it now or ever. We are Americans.
Tonight is one of our favorite nights of the year. We are really proud to give away $319,975 to kids in need in this community.
I have been so amazed that if someone's in need, they come together and they find a way to make it happen.
So we're just so grateful to partner with Speedway Children's Charity. We're just thankful that they came to town, not just to put on a race, but to support the families in this community. That is amazing. That doesn't happen everywhere.
Goal here is to simply get the ball in the hole as fast as you possibly can.
It's hard to believe in this day and age in the United States of America that children are hungry.
Our time on this planet is short. We have to give back to those in need.
Every child has a chance, no matter what obstacles they may encounter.
Never have we been taxed more as a society to help kids the way we are right now.
We take charities that otherwise may not get the attention from other donors, and we provide funds to them. There's a large commitment to really put our time in to make sure that these charities are getting what they need.
Nothing speaks to you about Speedway Children's Charities more so than seeing the organizations that money is impacting.
And it's very rewarding when you go to these centers and you see these kids and you're hands-on with them to see that our money is truly going to a good cause.
Shows you the amazing resilience of kids because they can still have a smile on their face.
Speedway Children's Charities raises money through several different avenues. We have charity laps around the track where people can pay money to drive their own cars around the track.
The gala in Charlotte is one of our...
Even if you do have a receiver, we will park you for a failure to obey a receiver. Let's roll off. Roll them off.
And as Brad said, we're going to roll off our field of young lions. Matthew LaPrade going to start on the pole position from New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Kid's been quick here at Auburndale Speedway. To the outside, this kid really impressed me yesterday, Austin. Colton Hale out of the Joe Ryan race car shop in the 12H.
Back to row 2 out of Troutman, North Carolina. Spencer Bradshaw in car 99. And from Azonia, Wisconsin, the 8 of Jaden Johnson.
Laquan McCoy going to roll off from position number 5, driving for Josh Williams to the outside for 860. Picked up a win yesterday. Very popular win, I think, back in the pit area for the 17 of Ben Morabito.
Starting 7th out of Cumming, Georgia, the 62B of Dylan Bongiovanni. And from Lexington, North Carolina, Sam Macedo starts 8th in car 16.
Carson Youngblood rolls the 16Y from 9 to the outside. The Outlaws national champion from 1 season ago from Taylorsville, North Carolina. It's TJ Moon.
Moving back to row number 6 out of Smyrna, Tennessee, Colt Johnson in car 24. And from Ash, North Carolina, the 117 of Nathan Williams.
Bryson Nichols to the inside in car number 80. To the outside, Killicam, Cam Truitt in car T2.
Starting 15th, right here in Auburndale, Florida, Hunter Harmon in the 01. And from Greenwood, Indiana, the 35 of Max Olmstead.
And completing your field, Carter Beatty in the 7 from Concord. To the outside, Landon Herring in car number 13 from New York. If you're watching us on Facebook, head to uslegendcars.tv. This will be the final race on the look-in. We got a huge card today, 2 or 3 more legend car features, and on the afternoon session we have the Bandoleros along with the Chargers. So plenty to do today, plenty to do in the next 3 days. If you get your subscription now, you're able to watch the next few days as well. uslegendcars.tv, and again, drop us a comment down below, hit that share button, let your friends know you're watching some racing. We are interactive here this afternoon. This is a 25 lap feature for the Young Lions. Your control car is Matthew LaPrade in the VIP Motorsports 18. Green flag flies. Bradshaw got that thing sideways as he entered the box. The 99 of Bradshaw going to enter position number 2 here by the looks of it.
Yeah, the 12 of Colton Hale didn't quite get the start he was looking for. Now Laquan McCoy to the inside for that 3rd position. They touch a little bit off turn 4. The 8 car back there as well, Jaden Johnson looking for a place to go.
Laquan McCoy to the bottom side. McCoy picks up position number 3. Colton Hale falling back on the outside. Jaden Johnson in car number 8 moves to position number 4. And Dylan Bongiovanni in car number 62 taking a peek to the bottom side. Yellow is out. It is Beatty, and it looks like the 01 of Hunter Harmon, and there's Colton Hale around after the yellow.
I'm not sure what happened to Colton Hale there.
Yeah, it's not great over there in turn number 2, but I believe the caution was 4-4, so he should get his spot back.
Yeah, 2 cars together down here in turn 4. You see the 01 of Hunter Harmon, local driver, right here in Auburndale. Races many cups here at the Auburndale Speedway. And there's a confirmation for Brad Hockaday, the yellow for this incident right here in turn 4 between Hunter Harmon and Carter Beatty.
So they will get those cars unattached. Looking at the comments, Craig Camera said the official on the radio is awesome. Dan Berkeley, hats off to race control. Great job. Our race director, our lead official for the national events is Brad Hockaday. Brad's been doing a great job here this week, keeping everybody on the straight and narrow. And if a driver is not listening, if a driver does something on the racetrack, there's been a few black flags here this week to keep everybody in check, to keep everybody there on the straight and narrow as the field works by the incident in turn at number 4. Cassandra Dibas, is there a lineup posted for the day? It is on the Band app. Follow that if you're on the competitor side of things. We are running morning and afternoon sessions, essentially. The afternoon session scheduled to start around 4:30. They swap each day as well. And speaking of upcoming events, Dominion Raceway, INEX Winter Heat finale, 2 days of racing, 4-point paying races, and full course and dedicated Bandolero course. That is March 7 to 9, I believe. That's the finale that got snowed out earlier in the season. What was not scheduled to be the finale now is a finale. All that fun stuff. Spring Nationals, April 15 to 19, coming up at Highland Rim and Nashville Fairgrounds. 5-race INEX National event between the two racetracks. Good to see the 2 racetrack format come back. It's a great event. If you've never been to Spring Nationals, it's one of those events that you have to get to. It's a great time, and we will take a look at the replay to see what happened in turn number 4. Wow. Oh, right there. Carter got some air off the back of the 01 of Hunter Harmon. Right. There's the contact, and there's the little bit of air time for Carter Beatty, and the number 7. Everybody else gets by.
It looked like Harmon may have left the door open just a little bit, and Carter Beatty tried to fill that gap, and just wasn't enough room there. So Beatty going to resume here, it looks like, minus the right rear fender.
So they will get that cleaned up. Looks like everything is straightened away over there. We did mention as well with the the Spring Nationals, the Nashville Spring Nationals, we do have some hotel deals. We had Sleepy Penguin up here earlier. Sleepy Penguin has gone back to the trailer to have a little bit of a nap. But I believe we do have some graphics for those hotels. They're in Goodlettsville, Tennessee for their first half of the spring series. That's at Highland Rim, obviously. The Courtyard by Marriott, and I believe the Town Suites, the Town Place Suites as well. That's the QR code for the Courtyard by Marriott. Or if you're old school like me, I want to pick up a phone and say, hey, I want to book something. INEX Spring Nationals is the code or the block of rooms that you ask for at Town Place Suites or the Courtyard. So that's for the first half of that week. And the other half of the week, I know the track does some hotel deals as well, and we'll get those through as they become available for our fans and competitors that are taking in the National Spring Series coming up in April. So we have 2 laps completed in this one, 23 laps to go. We'll take a look at what put Colton Hale around momentarily.
There they come down to front straight. We got Dylan Bongiovanni behind him, and just the slightest bit of contact sends Colton Hale around, and this was after the caution was already displayed for the incident in turn 4, so both of these drivers are going to keep their positions. And there you see the contact once more, and Bongiovanni down in the dirt. And Colton Hale got the car turned around, back up to the 5th spot. There you see him on your screen, and Colton Hale started on the outside of the front row in this one, quickly got shuffled back to 5th. Looks like Hunter Harmon returns to the racetrack. Going back to yesterday, Tim, Colton Hale and Matthew LaPrade got into that late race incident.
There is some bumper tag under yellow at a turn number 4 between the 01 of Harmon and the 7 of Beatty.
01, black flag, unsportsmanlike conduct. 01, black flag, unsportsmanlike conduct. You hit the 7 on the front straightaway after you come out of the pit area. I watched you, and so did 2 other officials. You are done. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
And so did everybody else on Facebook. Kind of hard to hide that one. Hunter Harmon, black flagged, unsportsmanlike conduct. He is done for the day. Brian Schock is watching us on our Facebook Live look-in. Brian's raced here for many, many years. I know it's been a few years since we've seen that blue number 16 down here. We miss you, Brian. He says good luck to all the racers plus the crazy old men. And after last night, the crazy old men need all the luck that they can handle.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly Kruger-Rapp, cheering on Landon Rapp, racing driver Jaden Johnson. Landon, I haven't been over there this week, but they were here for Showdown last week, and they're here today for the Winter Nationals. They're here this week for the Winter Nationals as we take a look at the replay. Here is the contact. Brad said the 2 officials plus him saw it, came out of the pits, and hello, how you doing? Thank you for coming. And that is it. And he's told to park it after that little how do you do?
All right, drivers, double them up. Double them up.
Back to my point before we go racing. Landon has been down here for many years as a driver as well through Bandoleros and Legend Cars. And he has had, this event has been really good to him. This event has been not so good to him when it comes to luck and circumstance and race results and everything else. But it's good to see Landon down here working with Jaden Johnson. They've had some success coming into this event and really looking forward to see what this 8 team can kind of do throughout this balance of the Winter Nationals. Here comes the green flag. Work back underway. 23 laps to go.
Jaden Johnson driving that Landon Rapp racing car down to the inside, looking for the second spot here on Spencer Bradshaw.
18 of Matthew Lepre driving for Jimmy Smith and VIP Motorsports leads this one. And here comes the 8 car driving for Landon Rapp. Jaden Johnson looking for the lead. What a run that 8 car has. He's got some speed early.
He sure does, but Matthew Lepre continues to lead the field. He led much of the race yesterday afternoon before contact between himself and Colton Hale going for the race win, relegated him to a 14th place finish.
Down into turn number 3, top 5 or so, single file back in this battle with TJ Moon and Dylan Bongiovanni. The green car on the outside, Bongiovanni loses a spot to TJ Moon. Good early run for the driver from Project 9, and there goes the 16 around, and he may have had some help.
Go to the tail with him.
Yeah, that's going to be
Go to the tail with him.
Sam Macedo, and it sounds like he had help from yesterday's winner, Ben Morabito.
Yeah, absolutely. Morabito and the 16 of Macedo will go to the back of the field, and they will have to work their way back up in the remaining 20 laps. There's Colton Hale on your screen. Bumper detached. So they will head back to the work area.
Knock it off before I park you, and you're parked for the week.
Second caution in the Young
Trying
Lions.
to ruin your national title on day 2.
Second little issue
12
at the back of the
you
field.
are DQ'd, returning right off the racetrack.
Oh.
And they are not allowed to turn right off the racetrack. That is a safety issue. So the
Double them up, Trevor. Double them up.
team will be pushing that back to their stall instead of going to the work area. There's the 16 and the 17. I don't know if the 117 of Williams was on him behind.
He very well could have had help. I think he did. Yeah.
He got into line there in a hole that was just barely there. But the 16 goes around. The 17 definitely had contact with him regardless of what. One more look at it here. Right into line. And you can see that the 17 and the 117, there was kind of little contact there. You see the 17 kind of dart. But nevertheless, these drivers are back to double file and getting ready to go back to the green flag.
And up in front of that, you can see the contact here between Hale and Bradshaw, and that's what knocked the bumper loose on Hale's car.
And we are getting ready to come back to the green. Your control car is Matthew Laprade in a car number 18. Green flag flies. Jaden Johnson's been strong, especially in the early going. Laquan McCoy, that JWR team has done some work with that race car. Laquan has got up on the wheel and currently in position number 3 in car number 26.
Yeah, Laquan McCoy doing a fine job right now in that third spot. Spencer Bradshaw up on the outside, trying to make something happen up there. He's currently in 4th. And the 16 of Carson Youngblood has made his way into the top 5.
Yeah, Youngblood sitting in position number 5. Bradshaw in the red 99 just ahead of them. Laquan McCoy in the 26. Little sideways there in turn number 2. The 62 of Bongiovanni on their back bumper. Saw TJ Moon try to make that move in behind. The good thing about this division is that everybody is so close. They're kind of on top of each other. The bad news is that everybody is on top of each other, and we see incidents that we just saw between Morabito and Macedo.
Yeah, the speeds are so close that it makes it difficult to set up passes, and that's where you see the bumper come into play, and sometimes they use it a little too hard. You see there? Bradshaw, yep.
Little bump, try to get him out of the groove. Laquan McCoy maintains position number 2, or check that position number 3. Bradshaw, Youngblood, and Bon Giovanni a part of this battle. The battle for position number 3 as they head into turn number 1.
Yeah, it looks like McCoy kind of holding these guys up a little bit, and Bradshaw's getting into it. He might have something here into turn 3. Laquan McCoy leaves the door open. Bradshaw to the inside.
Oh, up the hill goes Bon Giovanni. They almost took bumpers with Youngblood. Wheel to wheel for position number 3. It's Bradshaw on the inside, McCoy on the outside. Problems in the back of the field. It's Colton Johnson around, and that will draw the yellow. Yellow flag will fly. Just caught that out of the corner of my eye. Austin, the 24 car on the outside line. I don't know if he was up there or he might have got pushed up there somehow. Whatever the case, the 24 is around and the yellow flag will fly. Take a look at the replay. Right there with TJ Moon. I think TJ kind of moved him and the 24 kind of lost control trying to get it afterwards.
Yeah, no doubt TJ Moon put the bumper to him. And yeah, once you're out of this racing line up in the gray, these tires are hot, and they just collect all that loose rubber up there, and when he gets back in the gas, there's just no grip.
That's a great shot, though, of the compound and the work that's been done on this racetrack. We did have a comment from Lawrence Hopper asking about the compound and the rubber being taken up on that second groove. They did a lot of work here last week for the TQ midgets and a couple of others. There's a nice shot of it right there to kind of bring that second groove in. When the TQs were here the first night, it was kind of slick, but then it started taking rubber. Rex has been putting some PJ1 down throughout the week. I'm not sure if he's done anything this week or not, but I know he did stuff last weekend to try to enhance that outside groove, and it's provided us with some really great racing action here throughout the weekend. We saw Lawrence Hopper was watching. Want to say hello to Richie Nicholson. Todd Day is watching. Mark Gautreau is watching from beautiful Chile, Canada. Mike Storkson is cheering on Great North Legends. They've had a great time as well. And AC4 is watching from Catawba. He should be here. He should be in the sun. I know he's busy doing other things, but hello to AC4, who is watching us as well. Again, comment down below. Let us know you're watching. We've got 14 laps to go in this Young Lions feature as Colt Johnson, one of the drivers out of the Donnie St. Hours racing camp this week, will find a spot at the back of the field after having a conversation with Mr. John Kelly.
So the field doubled up once again. Matthew LaPrade started on the pole. He's led every lap, and for a local driver like Matthew LaPrade, after seeing him lead 23 laps yesterday and it slip away from him, bit of a redemption story potentially here today.
There's some kids here in this division that are hungry for a win. It's only Tuesday. We are looking to some of these kids try to change their luck around. We mentioned Chevy Romney earlier in the show where they started out good and then they've gone downhill. There's been some drivers that have started at the bottom that are trying to work their way back up and trying to put Monday behind them. You don't want to dig a hole very early in this week, especially if you're looking for a week-long Winter Nationals championship. Here comes the field, into the box, green flag flies, and we're back underway.
Good start on the outside by Jaden Johnson. Stays alongside Matthew LaPrade off of turn 2. We have a drag race down the backstretch.
Battle for position number 2, the 26 of McCoy to the bottom side of Johnson as they'll go wheel to wheel down into turn number 1. Bradshaw on the outside and a great run for Youngblood in behind them. They are getting racy down into turn number 3.
Good racing here out of your Young Lions. Still side by side for third, Laquan McCoy and Spencer Bradshaw up there in the 99 car on the outside. Here comes Carson Youngblood once again. Bon Giovanni back there as well.
3 wide in behind them. Ben Morabito and Sam Macedo trying to come from the back of the field. Olmsted in the 35, the 9, and TJ Moon back here. This is where this Hornet's Nest, this sense of urgency begins to come up. There goes Carter Beatty to the bottom side of Nathan Williams. There's racing all throughout this pack, top to bottom. What a show by the Young Lions.
Yeah, you have some fast cars back there. They got moved to the rear of the field. So go back towards the front. Carson Youngblood a little loose off of turn 2. Spencer Bradshaw gives him the bumper going into turn 3.
4 cars tucked up tight, looking for position number 3. It's led by Laquan McCoy, Carson Youngblood, Spencer Bradshaw, Dylan Bon Giovanni, And Ben Morabito is up on the wheel from the back of the field, looking for a top 5 effort here.
That's a young man on a mission. Won this race yesterday afternoon. Got sent to the back for contact with another car. He's in hot pursuit right now.
Battle for third on back. Bon Giovanni might have got a little bit sideways with some help in behind. The 17 trying to get their battle for third. How about Carson Youngblood in the 16? Carson's come to party. He goes to the bottom side of Laquan McCoy, and Bradshaw trying to get in there for fourth.
Yeah, Carson Youngblood started 9th. He has drove a smart race, picked them off one at a time, and is now in that third position as Bradshaw tried to get underneath McCoy, and now Bon Giovanni out of line contact.
Laquan McCoy around in the 26, and that will draw the caution.
Like that might have started from the 62 of Bon Giovanni getting into Bradshaw. We'll have to wait and see here for sure. But nonetheless, Laquan McCoy, who was having an excellent run going up in the top 5, backwards on the racetrack.
And that will mean that McCoy goes to the back with not a lot of laps left in this one. And the 99 being shown the rear of the field as well. Want to say hello to Austin White, who's watching from Lumberton. We've got Jeremy and Jordan watching, Brent Cool watching as well from Florida as we take a look at the replay here to see what brought this one out.
See the 62, well, nope, yep, that was, I don't think the 62 had anything to do with it there. This is going to be a good angle here. Bradshaw in behind. You see Bon Giovanni gets out of line, but no contact is made.
I think if there is contact, it's afterwards.
Yeah, but the 99 definitely gets into the 26 of McCoy.
And there might have been one little bump as the 26 is already in process of going around. Green flag flies, single file restart. They have exhausted their 3 attempts at a double file. They go down to the corner number 1, and Olmsted and Macedo and bump, and everybody's a part of it. Everybody in the pool. Killa Cam. We've got the 9 of TJ Moon, the 17 of Williams, and those 2 cars at the front of the field that may have started that little coming together.
Yeah, it looked like everyone was just trying to push their way through it and didn't work out for everybody. Now it looks like these 2 cars are hung up, TJ Moon and the 17 of Nathan Williams.
Let them get the safety crew out of the hole before they get in the hole.
So 19 laps, about 19 minutes or so on the clock. There may be a little bit of back and forth with caution time and red flag time, and John Kelly looks highly confused.
Slow down. Everything's working on the racetrack.
He is a problem solver, folks. John Kelly's trying to figure out how to get both of these cars disassembled. Want to say hello to Dan Bricky, who's watching from Southern California. We'll take a look at the replay, and we have multiple looks at the replay. So 9 TJ Moon is the orange-topped car. It happens right ahead of him. Ooh. A couple of bumpers being exchanged here. We have one bumper falling off. The Killa Cam, I think, has a bumper tab dislodged.
Start here with Olmsted getting into Macedo. And you see there, everyone's just trying to shove their way through. And the 9 and 17 become hooked together. And it looked like the 35 went to the inside of Macedo, as you see here down the front stretch, but 16 tries to close the door, and they just come together.
Yeah, a little contact there. Carter Beatties gets the back of Williams, Bryson Nichols, Colt Johnson. One more look from up top.
You know, that's just one of those racing deals. It's late in the race. It's a restart. You're not going to give as much room as you would maybe earlier in the race. And we're still working to get these 2 cars untangled.
I want to say hello to Jesse Thompson, who's watching from home. Bobby Hucks is watching from 5 feet away from us. Hi, Bobby. The sun, he's been getting a tan here this week.
Bronson's Or Bubbles Bronson's pulled his phone
Yeah,
out.
let's not, because my phone's going to light up here in a couple of moments. He's been great with dad jokes this week, like a 5 of 10, starting to warm up. He'll get there eventually. Both cars have been untangled in turn number 2.
Drivers in the work area, if you get done.
We are going to step away for a quick break, grab a new drink, a snack. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
On this episode of Master-ish Minds, when the doctor says you can't race this week.
What doc?
This has been Master-ish Minds.
Down south, there's a place where moments are made at 180 miles per hour, where the thrills give you chills that are second to none. And at every turn, anything can and will happen fast. Some say it's just a NASCAR race, but it's Fast Atlanta, America's destination for acceleration, home of full throttle throwdowns, partying into the night, and unbelievable photo finishes. NASCAR returns to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Ambetter Health 400. Experience it for yourself. Get tickets now at atlantamotorspeedway.com.
Welcome back to Auburndale Speedway as the field has stopped down the back straightaway under this red flag, and I believe we're going to see from this shot in just a second, Austin, the best piece of innovation. There it is. The Billy Goat is making its way back across, and I think that's Mr. Rex Guy himself, is it not?
It is. I told you yesterday, Rex likes to get out here and drive it himself. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Jason Sticks Buckley, Legends Nation, says they're watching from turn number 2. I did see the Why Not camp over there in turn number 2. I see Scott over there by the fence. Everybody else has left him. So I guess under the red flag, we said go get a drink, go get a snack, and they all did that over there. So they've been listening to us. Becky Carmichael's watching from Florida. Bubbles Bronson is watching from the flag stand.
He's got the best seat in the house.
Look at that. He's going into his bag. He's going into his bag of dad jokes, I think, right now. Sabrina has all the good snacks up here, by the way. We've been exchanging snacks. They've had gummy bears, gummy worms. Bubbles, turn around. You're on TV. The other way. Your other way. Other side. There you go. Right there it is. We've been blessed with snacks up here. We had blueberry covered pretzels.
Yeah.
Paul Strickland Jr. loves them. It tastes like Fruit Loops. If you're into the Buc-ee's snacks, there is. Oh, is that Josh? Yeah, that is Josh. That's definitely Josh. You heard his name. Wave, Josh. There you go. Josh is doing some hard work over there, making sure that fence post stays up. We kid, but we have a hard-working folks over there. Communications, social media, master of all trades. Josh is the guy at U.S. Legend Cars for everything to do with that, as we got one going to the work area over down the back. There's a good shot of the work. That's a busy work area. That's Bryson Nichols that just entered the work area. We've got a Carter Beatty, we've got a Nathan Williams, we've got an Olmstead, and we got a Killer Cam in the work area. We've got a TJ Moon.
Half the field just about. I got to wait in line.
Yeah, they're going to have to make their way back up. And I think down there, if we look close enough, I think we will see a Mark Turner somewhere back there. Maybe he's in the that's not him coming out of the shed, is it? Oh, it might be. He heard his name. That is the prime candidate for the 2027 Tech Inspector of the Year. He's got to build up his campaign a little bit. So he said to me this morning that they are going to have an autograph session later on in the pits for Mark Turner and Bubbles Bronson. The lineup is going to be massive. It's going to be probably out the pit gate. So just let everybody know that there's going to be an autograph session later on. I see Ed Owens in our shot as well. Leads the tech team here for the national events. He's looking over these cars, making sure that they are ready to emerge from the work area. And again, as you can see, the tech area is off to the side, the left-hand side of your shot. Teams are looking over those cars and getting ready to send them back on the racetrack as soon as we are good to go. There's some folks on some golf carts.
Working their thumbs. Yeah,
they are busy over there. They don't even know they're on TV. Oh, and there's John Kelly.
No.
We are getting the blower attached to the quad. John Kelly, again, he does a lot of work. He does tire impound. He's on the racetrack helping us out with the push vehicle. And in this case, we are making sure that all the particles and all the dirt and the debris and everything else are off the racetrack. And John is making sure that that thing starts up, and he will make a pass here momentarily. We have a Bubbles Bronson fan on the look-in. He has at least one. I don't know if they're coming for the autograph. I don't know if they're coming for the autograph session or not, but I'm sure they will be. Jason Weber's tuned in. His Team 860 Motorsports down here. Absolutely they are. They are in behind the work area with the 860 tents. Sterling Risley watching from school. Looks awesome down there. Absolutely. We'll get to more comments in just a moment. We are going to step away for a moment. We'll bring you back to some more racing in just a moment from Auburndale.
On this episode of Master-ish Minds, Turn 1, Lap 1, we're wrecking.
What a bunch of dumb
This has been Master-ish Minds.
Oh, that is Brad Hockaday. Sabrina, so me and Sabrina were comparing snacks. Austin, we got gummy bears. They've got a sour gummy worms, I think, down there. Wave, Brad.
All right, yellow flag, yellow light. Yellow flag, yellow light. Up through low.
Oh, and there they are down there, too. That's Brad and Sabrina. We are going to have to save the gummy bears. You can have your gummy bears. That's fine. I want to say hello to Miles Murray Racing. Eric Stewart, Kevin Foisey has the best appearing car only because he's the only bubble car. They have named that car the Geezer Pleaser. because it lets the older folks that, from the 90s, the 2000s, when the bubbles were really popular, to have those memories. Come back, we will see Foisey coming up later. Aiden the Shark, let's go Matthew LaPrade. Watch out for those 6 laps to go. Restarts watching and wish we were still there. We wish you were here too. 25 Designs watching the great coverage while in the print room while getting ready for 2025. Glad you're along for the ride with us. Craig McKay is watching. Mark Gautreau. Brent Cool says, Brad needs some gummy bears. We will make sure that we have those. And the Mighty TQ Midget saying, we miss you already. I'm sure it's snowy up where they went back to. Jimmy, we miss you. Had a great time last week with you on the call, and looking forward already to seeing you guys in 2026. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing, Austin, we've got 6 laps to go to get this one done. Matthew LaPrade will be your control car with Jaden Johnson, Carson Youngblood, look, the 62 of Bon Giovanni, and the 17 of Ben Morabito, your top 5 as they come into the box and they see the green flag.
Great rebound by Ben Morabito. And he's going to look for more here into turn 1 to the inside of Bon Giovanni. Dylan Bon Giovanni gives him room, and Morabito's going to go to that 4th spot. Top 3 now, single file up in front.
Top 7 or so, little bump there from Bradshaw up the road, trying to get one more spot into this one. 5 laps to go, and now what does Jaden Johnson do to try to get past car number 18 of Matthew LaPrade? And Youngblood with the best run he's had all week, albeit still early, it's still Tuesday, but he's looking for a top 3 effort and maybe a little bit more as Jaden Johnson tries to plan their plan around the 18 of LaPrade.
Now LaPrade about a 1 car length advantage over Johnson. Johnson wider arc on corner entry, closes right up to the back of LaPrade down the front stretch. Laps ticking away, just 3 laps to go here for your young Lions.
As they work down the back straightaway, the 8 of Johnson, the 18 of LaPrade, trying to settle this amongst themselves. 2 laps to go in the Young Lions.
And we got a car stopped in turn 4.
Laquan McCoy from just inside the top 5 will see the yellow flag fly, and we'll have a 2-lap dash to determine a winner of this one. So Laquan McCoy comes to a stop at the top of 4. And we will take a look and see how the 26 got there. Right there up the hill. Great little save by Laquan McCoy. Oh boy. That was headed towards the wall.
Yep. Little Tokyo drift for a bit though.
Yeah, got that contact from the 99 of Bradshaw and stomped on the brakes to save that thing, because that thing without was probably going in the fence off of turn 4 or a little ways down that front straightaway. So great piece of driving from Laquan McCoy to keep it off the wall.
99, you can go with it, 26.
And for the second time in this race, the 99 is being shown in the rear for contact.
You can go with him. You punted him. You can go with him.
See, B3 Lee Racing is watching, weird watching and not being there, but cheering you all on. Let's go. There's a bunch of teams that we're used to seeing down here that we haven't seen. Billy Lee, B3 Lee, Emma Britt, Lillian Pellizzeri. There's some teams from Canada that haven't come down, but again, plans change. Right. Drivers move up. Drivers change plans for the season, but glad they are along with us for the ride here on U.S. Legend Cars TV. Connor Waddell's ready for that last round of winter heat. And Terry Radford is also watching. I want to say hello to Terry.
Guys, you got to quit using your front bumpers to drive through people and pass them. If you can't pass them clean, don't try.
There you go. There's the warning from Brad Hockaday. Field works down the back straightaway, getting ready to come to the green flag with 2 laps to go. Matthew LaPrade is your leader as Lead Sense drop. Look at Youngblood already on the bumper of Johnson. Johnson in turn on the 18. Green flag flies, green-white checker finish down into turn number 1. The 16 of Youngblood has them stacked up in behind Bon Giovanni, a little sideways from 5th. They'll come by this time to Bubbles Bronson and see the white flag. Final lap for car number 18 of Matthew LaPrade. Jaden Johnson is there. Is this going to be another last lap? Last corner pass for the 8. Can he get there on Matthew LaPrade? Down into turn number 3 and 4. They'll come up to the checkered flag, and your winner is Matthew LaPrade. Johnson, Youngblood, Morabito, and Bon Giovanni, your top 5. Austin will head trackside to chat with our winner. And Matthew LaPrade, the driver from Florida, continuing his strong efforts here at Auburndale Speedway, will collect the checkered flag. He will stop down into victory lane and roll right in to celebrate another victory as a part of the INEX Winter Nationals at Auburndale Speedway in 2025. Speed U on the car, in a car prepared by Jimmy Smith and VIP Motorsports, getting ready to climb from the race car a winner. On the Tuesday portion of the show, we will hand it down trackside to Austin as Matthew LaPrade comes out of the car.
LaPrade bouncing back after yesterday's misfortune, parking it here in victory lane at Auburndale Speedway. Young Lions feature winner on day number 2. We'll have him come around and have a word with us here. Matthew, you had a great run yesterday. Another great run here today. We were able to cap it off. That last restart, how much was yesterday's misfortune going through your mind there?
Yeah, it hurt a lot yesterday because I felt like we had a really good car. We just got drove through, but we were able to hold them off today and get the win.
So yesterday you raced in the evening. We're here in the early afternoon. How different is the track today versus yesterday?
It's definitely a little bit slicker getting out of the corner, so it makes you really loose off, makes the car drive different.
And lastly, who do you want to thank that helps you out here?
I want to thank my whole VIP crew, Wade Tractor, and Adrenaline Power Sports.
There you have it. Matthew LaPrade, a winner here on day number 2 of the INEX Winter Nationals. We're going to send it back up top to Tim.
Thank you, Austin. If you're watching us on our Facebook Live Look-In, that will conclude our Live Look-In. Head to USLegendCars.tv. I do see Jason Roberts is watching. Jason Roberts is another driver that drives a bubble coupe in Canada, so I'm sure he's going to be cheering on Kevin Foisey in the Masters feature coming up in a bit. But again, USLegendCars.tv, we'd love to have you over to see the remaining 4 days. You include today because we still got a lot of features to come. Bandoleros this afternoon. We will head to a quick break, and we'll be back with the semi-pros up next.
I am unstoppable. I am invincible.